Good Thursday afternoon to everybody joining us. It's Stan Morris along with you as there's a little bit of a traffic backup that's taking place for some folks in Northeast Arkansas, especially folks that may be headed over to Memphis. We want to tell you about that right now. We're beginning with a few traffic accidents to tell you about, including one on Interstate 40 in Crittenden County. In fact, this is iDrive Arkansas and the information right now. It's got traffic backed up just a little bit as an accident on I-40 westbound in West Memphis has closed I-40 westbound in West Memphis. Don't know if this traffic camera is going to be able to show us or not a view of what's been going on there. In fact, a lot of them having difficulty loading, possibly because they're being viewed by tons of folks. I did see on Interstate 40 west of Ingram Boulevard at exit 279, traffic was flowing a little bit more. But a second accident to tell you about does also have traffic in a very close vicinity affected. It's also in Crittenden County, Interstate 40. I-55 at the 5-mile marker at the intersection of Interstate 40 westbound is closed because of an accident. And I know earlier we were, that wasn't working, but this one did show a traffic backup. Can you see on the freeze frame there, traffic backed up east of Martin Luther King Jr. Drive, exit 4, not even in Memphis yet, east of the Mississippi River. There is a traffic camera that's working, and it looks like traffic is creeping along there. However, if you're headed over to West Memphis today, or to Memphis today, I should say, you're going through West Memphis, you're probably going to be dealing with a couple of crucial areas stopped by accidents. This may have a little bit to do with the fact that it has been raining in that area, and Crittenden County right now, as a matter of fact, on the radar, has some storms over it. So if you're driving and you may want to take a little extra time to slow down or stop because of the fact that you're going to end up having some showers and some wet roadways. And of course, as some folks have aptly pointed out, there is eternal road work going on over there. You really can never expect that to end. Here's a look at the radar right now. Mississippi County, Crittenden County, both seeing some thunder showers at the moment as we're in the afternoon. It's NEA Report, and let's begin the show with weather as our top story. We're about to enter a phase of weather where we hope that you like showers and thunderstorms, because if you don't, chances are you're going to get tired of seeing them over the next several days. Shower and thunderstorm chances every day for the next 5, 6, 7 days in the forecast, according to Weather Service. Likely today and this afternoon especially. Mostly cloudy, otherwise with a high near 83 tonight. 30% chance of thunderstorms mainly before 10 p.m. with mostly cloudy skies otherwise, and a low of 66. Tomorrow, only a 20% chance of thunderstorms with partly sunny skies and a high near 87. A 20% chance of thunderstorms on Saturday for the afternoon. You're going to have a stretch of time there where you don't see or hear the showers and thunderstorms, but that's probably going to end shortly thereafter. Here's what we're talking about, okay? Partly cloudy skies Saturday night, a low around 71. Then on Sunday, a 30% chance for showers and thunderstorms. A 40% chance by Monday. And then a 50% chance on Tuesday, 40% chance on Wednesday. I know those aren't up on the screen, but that gives you an idea that this stuff is going to be lasting for a while. This stuff being this stuff. This is what it looks like right now across Northeast Arkansas. I'll increase the contrast there so you can see it a little bit better. Memphis, Crittenden County, West Memphis, getting it or about to get it right now, especially, and also in Mississippi County. Folks up there getting this stuff as well. In Jonesboro, a little bit of a reprieve right now in the 1 o'clock hour, but it's not going to last for long. More showers on the way, as you can see right there. Thankfully, they don't look like they're going to be much thunderstorm stuff. As far as the thunderstorms go, clearly we've not had much severe weather, but we did have some flash flood warnings issued this morning north of Jonesboro. It seemed like additional storms just kept regenerating over that same area as before. I'm wondering if anybody saw some hail today. I heard some reports of some hail being reported across northeast Arkansas. Flash flood warnings did expire, it looks like, that had been issued earlier. Let us know what it's doing in your neck of the woods. If you're across NEA and you're watching here in our viewership area, well, we'd love to know what it looks like in your backyard. If you got any damage reports especially. I don't know that I heard any damage reports, but we always will add those to the mix if you get them. It's 73 degrees in Jonesboro with overcast skies right now. Let's get to the news. Well, if there's any goal out of this story, it is to hopefully prevent a future accident before it happens. You should always yield for a school bus, especially when children are exiting that school bus, even if there's not an officer around. Sometimes the school bus driver, in fact, just about every time, they're going to phone in the incident to the police. If the officer is around, you can expect to get pulled over immediately. And if you have a warrant out for your arrest, then you can expect to probably go to jail, and that's what happened for a Jonesboro man Wednesday afternoon. It happened at 3:05 p.m. East Johnson Avenue and Rogers Street in Jonesboro. East Johnson Avenue is already a treacherous roadway. There's not a crosswalk that's... there's crosswalks, but there's not one of those bridges that should probably be there, a pedestrian bridge. Nonetheless, East Johnson Avenue and Rogers Street in Jonesboro, Officer Jeremy Smith noticed a school bus stopping, had its red lights activated, and it was at a stop sign, too. The bus was letting children off, and at this time, the officer noticed a black Ford F-150 traveling east on Johnson Avenue, which reportedly failed to yield to the bus, according to the officer. This was the driver in the vehicle. We are about to discuss this a little bit more. His name is Mr. Thatcher. Joshua Kyle Thatcher, 31 of Paragould, and the dispatch advised he had a warrant out for his arrest out of the Craighead County Sheriff's Office for failure to appear. After that, he was taken into custody, transported to Craighead County Detention Center. The truck was left on the road, the report said, to be picked up. He was cited for hazardous driving, and a hold was placed on Thatcher for the warrant through the Sheriff's Office. Some other reports from Jonesboro that we'll tell you about right now include a door shattered at Success Academy. This one happened, it was reported Wednesday morning. It may have happened overnight, though. It was around 9:24 the night before. A 10-year-old student was seen throwing a rock through the door. He tossed a basketball at a security camera as well. It was all caught on camera, and the student was identified, located, and issued a juvenile citation for first-degree mischief, criminal mischief. He was released to his mother. Well, a woman woke up Wednesday morning to find her car stolen from her apartment. It was between Tuesday night at 9 p.m. and Wednesday morning as she made the report at 9:50 at JPD's headquarters, but the incident took place at the 3300 block of Barrett Circle at an apartment where someone stole her car. She said that she had not even left the keys in the car. She said it must have been hot-wired. It's a 2001 Oldsmobile Alero, dark blue in color. The vehicle was entered as stolen into NCIC, but if you have any information which could assist authorities, Crime Stoppers 870-935-STOP. A federal arrest to make mention of that took place yesterday while working from the United States Marshals East Arkansas Fugitive Task Force. Officer Eric Johnson said that he was contacted by U.S. federal probation officer that advised a warrant had been issued for the arrest of a Hoxie man, Logan Cade Collins, 28, of Hoxie, who was arrested without incident at 5:09 p.m. The report said he was taken to Craighead County Detention Center to be held without bond for the U.S. Marshals Service warrant. The report did not indicate what the warrant was for. Well, the agenda has been set for the City Council meeting for Walnut Ridge for the month of May. It's going to be on May 21st at 6 p.m., and the items that are going to be discussed, well, besides the traditional business, includes old business, an ordinance allowing Sharp Properties to apply for a private club permit, the second reading of that. Also, 121 Abbey Road and Elm Street, condemnation. Discussion about an engineering report update. Under new business, a building permit for industrial distribution facility. We'll have an update heard in sewer bonds, some discussion about that. Notably missing is anything involving the railroad worker lawsuit, Adam Finley, and the Walnut Ridge Police Department case, but considering the public relation nightmare that took place after the last meeting and just the comment that was made calling it nuisance, it's understandable why that they're probably not going to want to discuss that at this month's meeting. If you want to attend, just a reminder, it's May 21st, 6 p.m. at the Police Complex in Walnut Ridge, the Walnut Ridge City Council meeting. Just a heads up, as the email that was sent out by the Walnut Ridge Mayor Charles Snapp did include a little more info. I wanted to read it to you in regards to the building permit. The city has entered into an offer, it says, an acceptance for the construction of a 36,000 square foot industrial distribution facility for the industrial park. It says the papers have not been completed, but a permit application will follow shortly after the details are finalized. It says this will be an update on activity related to this and the industrial park. So, good news to report for the city of Walnut Ridge.
What a great day it is in Craighead County. You know, we got a very important election coming up, May 22nd. You'll get to choose your new judge. I hope and pray that you look at the issues at hand. This is a very, very important election. This will be the first 4-year term for your county judge. We're facing many, many issues, from school safety to road safety to drainage. We have plans in place. I'm coming in with a strong team of people with boots on the ground. We're going to make this a better Craighead County. We're going to be open and transparent. This is your office. It's always going to be an open door policy. And you know, I'm happy to announce I've got a team of volunteers. It's going to be called the Craighead County Green Team. We're going to clean up the ditches and roadways in Craighead County. With the resources that we have on hand, you're not going to see illegal dump sites and things like that. We're going to be proactive. We're going to make this a better Craighead County. My name is Jeff Presley, and I approve this message.
Specializing in unloading contents and packet moves, fully insured and licensed, The Moving Company is the only company to call for your next move. The Moving Company's award-winning team will quickly, safely, and efficiently move your belongings where you need them, whether it's across town or across the country. The Moving Company. Equipped with 2 full-size moving trucks and all the supplies and tools for any move, The Moving Company is prepared for the toughest jobs to the most gentle. To book your next move, give us a call at 882-2842 or send us a message to our Facebook page by searching The Moving Company.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got breaking news right now at 1:30 on NEA Report in Jonesboro. Stan Morris reporting on the phone right now is E911 Director Jeff Presley, who just reported a report of rotation in Craighead County. And I want to just give it to Jeff and let him tell us what he is hearing about right now. Jeff.
Yeah, we have received a couple of calls in from the scene at eastern Craighead County. It's going to be just south of Monette, between Monette and Black Oak. Storm spotters and a deputy reporting rotation, possibly on the ground in a field area, open area, but they are experiencing hail in that area at this time. So we're keeping an eye on that. Looks like a thunderstorm cell in that area, so waiting on a report from the field to see what we got.
How big is that hail?
Not getting a report on that at this time. We do have storm spotters activated from Caraway and Monette, so as soon as we get a report, we'll update you.
Okay, I'll be watching National Weather Service chat. I know you've got some questions in there from the Weather Service office in Memphis, so I'll let you get back to that. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jeff Presley, E911 director, who helps us out. We appreciate him. They're taking a couple of seconds to tell us what's going on. He had just reported that in chat as we were sitting here in the middle of the commercials, and I noticed, as a matter of fact, it was actually during his commercial, which is, full disclosure, he advertises, obviously, you know that. We've interviewed Jeff long before he ever did that about this type of stuff. It says the rotation looks very weak on radar, but it says that the deputy was calling in the radio on radio rotation in the area of Black Oak in eastern Craighead County. Excuse me. That is storm spotters reporting hail and rotation south of Monette, east of Black Oak in eastern Craighead County. This is according to E911 director Jeff Presley. This is live right now at 1:33 on the NEA report. Stan Morris reporting along with you. We are going to stick with this right now, wall to wall, until we find out what the situation is as far as we do see on the radar. I mean, I'm showing you guys kind of a live look at the radar. That's not my mouse pointer right there. That's almost like an area. It almost looks like an area of white, or where the radar is not picking up. But we're talking about in this whole vicinity here, eastern Craighead County. It says the rotation looks very weak on radar, but it's worthy of mention because right now I don't know that we have a severe thunderstorm warning even in effect for northeast Arkansas. We've had flash flood warnings this morning, but I don't even think those are still in effect right now. So at the moment, we want to keep a close watch on this. This was just reported, late breaking news. 4 minutes ago, Jeff Presley sent this message out in the National Weather Service chat. We just happened to be live because we wanted to come at you live a little earlier today. These storms have been moving through. They've caused some accidents. We've also seen flash flood warnings issued this morning, and wanted to bring those to you, bring you the latest update on those, especially for people that might be traveling too. Now, as some of the storms are continuing moving through eastern Craighead County, it looks like a bit of an area of rotation has been spotted in eastern Craighead County. This is in the area of Black Oak that we're looking at right now in eastern Craighead County. We've actually, as it would be for the day, we got through what we had set aside for local news programming. It's a slow local news day, aside from the fact that we've got storms across northeast Arkansas. So I don't mind just sticking wall to wall with this. I was going to show you guys the White House press briefing from earlier today. I don't think you'll mind missing that. So it's the latest report from the Weather Service chat. Jeff Presley, whom we just spoke with, just sent out small hail, dime size. He said rotation on the ground in an open field area south of Monette, storm spotters are reporting. There is breaking news now. We have a severe thunderstorm warning issued for Craighead County until 2 p.m. That's just been issued, and so I'm going to put that up on the screen because I want everyone to know. You'll be getting the alerts on your phone here probably right now. I see the National Weather Service, the Weather Channel just sent it out. Craighead County, 2 p.m. That's breaking news just happening right now. That is obviously right about what we're talking about in eastern Craighead County. You can see it popping up on the map showing the area that is being discussed. It says meteorologist Jonathan Howell in the Weather Service office in Memphis was the one who said he just issued that thunderstorm warning over this. But I'm telling you now, Jeff Presley, E911 director, says that a storm spotter is reporting rotation on the ground in an open field area south of Monette. This is the latest report that we have from there, and thus that's why I'm sticking with this. I'm not moving right now because the rotation would indicate there may be a tornado warning that needs to be issued out of this. Don't know, but that's what one storm spotter has suggested. Obviously, this chat conversation that we're watching unfold right now live has been what folks have actually, what has stemmed this National Weather Service issuing this thunderstorm warning. I want to look at our chat to see if anybody is in the area. I actually closed that while I was getting the phone pulled up. While we're waiting for this treasure here to unlock this Apple device, want to let everybody know that a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect right now for Craighead County for the next 23 minutes. That is because of what you're looking at on the screen, that area. I've actually got it up on the screen. I just realized I've got it up on the screen twice. That's a bit redundant, isn't it? So you can see there above the lower third graphic, the yellow outline. That is the area right now that is considered to be what we're watching especially closely. We're looking, there's the white kind of, if you will, eye of the storm. Let me adjust the opacity of this a little bit. You can see it's Lake City, kind of in that area. Let's see if there's any other reports. I'm seeing the Jonesboro Sun's textcaster just sent out that alert has gone out. I want to put this up on the screen in one of these graphics because rotation, the last report we had from a storm spotter was that rotation on the ground in an open field south of Monette. You guys, I know, can hear me typing here. I'm actually the one typing in these super graphics to put up on the screen with you live. The very latest is that there was a report of rotation on the ground. That's from a storm spotter, and that was reported south of Monette in eastern Craighead County. Right, so you guys can see a little bit on the screen. Let's adjust that opacity just a little bit more to give you an idea of where some of the communities are to the east. You're talking about Manila and, of course, Lake City right now. That's the severe thunderstorm warning dead center of where it would be. The report was dime-size hail as well as rotation in an open field south of Monette. It was enough to spawn a severe thunderstorm warning. Okay, I've got chat back open, so if you guys are in chat and you've got storm reports, pass those along to us. I'll pass those along to the National Weather Service as we're obviously in communication with them. We did talk to Jeff Presley. As soon as I saw that message in chat, you know, the first thing you're thinking is, did a message just lag through from earlier? But no, I saw it on the radar as well, this specific area that's over Lake City. Right now, and a little bit in and around there, a little to the southeast too, and so it's you know, it's an area that we're going to keep a watch on for a few minutes at least. That's to the west of Mississippi County at the moment. That is a slow-moving storm cell that's going to, that storm warning is going to last until 2 p.m., as I had in the graphic just a moment ago, and that was a report, at least, that was issued according to a storm spotter that called in to E911 Director Jeff Presley, rotation on the ground in an open field south of Monette. It said that the rotation at this time appears very weak, according to the Weather Service office in Memphis. It says that the core aloft has increased and larger hail is likely. That was why the severe thunderstorm warning was issued. Okay, so this is kind of a spur of the moment, a bit of a breaking news coverage event that we started out here as we started the show with coverage of weather today. We knew that was what we were going to be talking about for the most part anyway. Then as we were getting through our commercial break, there is severe thunderstorm warning popping up, and of course we heard from E911 Director Jeff Presley. He reported that some small dime-sized hail had fallen. Also, he heard from a storm spotter that rotation was spotted in the area of Black Oak and eastern Craighead County. In fact, I see Jeff in chat right now, and if you have any updates for us, Jeff, we would certainly appreciate those if you want to pass those along to us. We'll be watching for those right now, too. But also, it was stated just a short time ago that there had been an area of rotation spotted that appeared to touch the ground by storm spotters' report in an open field south of Monette. Luckily, we're talking about a lot of farm fields right now and open space that are flatlands and areas where wind can pick up, but not necessarily heavily populated areas, right? But if that continues tracking to the east, it would potentially move in the direction, you know, of a couple of communities and cities. So we're watching that one pretty closely right now. The severe thunderstorm warning that was issued, it centers in and around Lake City, as mentioned, around south of Monette. It's eastern Craighead County that's getting this apparently didn't even really form up until it moved over Jonesboro, because we didn't really hear very much of that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't hear much of it where I'm at least in the town. So, but then now, certainly as it's moved over to the eastern part of the county, the storm seems to have built up a little bit of intensity. Jeff Presley saying in chat, spotters headed east of Monette up to quarter-size hail reported. Appreciate that very much, Jeff. I wonder if we had any storm spotters that were out and went live on their page. I would certainly mirror that on mine if I could take it, but that's maybe a long shot. I don't even know if they could get cell service while they're out there. If you're out and about, and let us know if you guys have any reports in chat of things transpiring weather-wise, especially in eastern Craighead County. It's kind of where the focus is right now. We had a storm spotter report rotation that hit the ground. The area of rotation appeared weak on the radar, at least, according to the National Weather Service office in Memphis. Small dime-sized hail now reported up to quarter-sized hail that has been seen in eastern Craighead County. It's 1:43 in Jonesboro right now, as we are expecting 17 more minutes right now under a National Weather Service thunderstorm warning that has been issued in the eastern part of the county. We're staying live with it because there was a storm spotter that reported rotation that was on the ground south of Monette in Craighead County. That report had come in about 10 minutes ago, and we want to kind of stick with this and just see if there are any other reports of stuff coming in, especially as some of the storm spotters are, I think, headed in that direction, as mentioned by Jeff Presley in chat. I don't want to disturb you, Jeff, but if you're in chat and you do have time and you want to do another phone interview, you're more than welcome to call me back. I know that you're communicating with a lot of folks, so I don't want to overburden you with stuff, but I'm very interested in what you're hearing at the moment right now. As we watch these live radar feeds, we see a few storms are approaching west right now of Blytheville. They are approaching Blytheville. It looks like also approaching across the eastern part of Craighead County. Some of the major parts of that are crossing over into Mississippi County. So the thunderstorm warning that was issued right here, as it began, so to speak, the white part of this storm was over here on this side. It's inched over a few pixels for the graphic designers and all of us who know what I'm talking about. It's inched over a little bit to the east. You see this little line of white that's moving up right there? That's kind of interesting to me. Just that the storm gained enough intensity to spawn a thunderstorm warning and possibly create a little bit of rotation is of interest. The fact that took place, kind of as we are watching this, and a lot of folks have commented Jonesboro, it's almost like Jonesboro lives in a bubble. We know from earlier this week when we were covering storms that it does not. We know that in one particular case, 50 years ago to the week, that Jonesboro was hit by a tornado that caused a number of deaths. And that's kind of one of the wild things about having that being the 50th year anniversary of that incident, having all the storms that popped up throughout this week and now that are going to last into next week. And if you're not aware, we're going to have, looks like, chances for severe weather every day, at least for the next 7 days, especially more toward the latter part. We'll get through Friday and Saturday with a lot of sunny skies, but it's going to increase as we start to roll into next week. We're entering storm season, and covering severe weather is kind of one of the things that we all do here. And of course, with the situation we told you about being the 50th anniversary of, the fact that there was a report of rotation on the ground south of Monette in Craighead County, I don't want to leave that one until we... you're never really going to get an all clear, but at least until we've gotten a little bit more of a chance to find out more about this and if there's anything that may come of this. We heard from Jeff Presley. He mentioned to us that some storm spotters were headed in that direction, so perhaps we're going to find out a little bit more of that, what it looks like over in that direction. On the map right there would be Black Oak. Okay, just so you guys know. Let me turn this down. So here's Monette on the map. And the report that we had heard was that south of Monette was where the rotation had been spotted. This could be the area that is being referenced, because it almost does look like a hook echo there. That's east of Black Oak right now. It's almost out of the vicinity of where the thunderstorm warning is at the moment. So, as that continues to track east, and that may not be a hook echo, but that's the area at least where the rotation was spotted, so, you know, it raises an eyebrow, makes you want to watch that kind of area a little bit more closely. So if something does sort of pop up in that vicinity, we're on top of it. It's this particular area that you can see the mouse circling, that rotation was seen by a storm spotter on the ground, no less. This is a few miles west of Manila, southwest of Manila. So a thunderstorm warning issued late in the afternoon. We didn't even have a thunderstorm warning as this stuff all moved into northeast Arkansas, and now as we're sitting here, it was this storm report from a storm spotter where rotation was reported to have hit the ground that spawned this severe thunderstorm warning. It was reported that the rotation was relatively weak. You are talking about a lot of open fields, and that one in specific was reported in an open field, so pretty easy for it to touch down versus an area with you know, hills and such. Nonetheless, enough to cause a little bit of concern, and something that we wanted to keep our eyes on as well. We are about 11 minutes away right now from 2 o'clock. That's when the yellow box on the screen is going to vanish, because that's when the severe thunderstorm warning will expire. We're going to keep a close watch on this one, because that's pretty significant stuff, and if something, you know, does pop up, especially if there's more info in chat, I would like to be able to pass that along to anybody that's watching in the area immediately. We've not received any reports that I know of that I've seen in chat of any damage or any kind of rotation for that matter either. If anybody sees anything, or you have seen anything, we would like to know, and you are more than welcome to pass that along to us. Chat with us live in the show is probably the easiest way to get it to us. I try to keep a screen up in the middle of the show in case I turn my microphone off and forget to turn it back on. One of you guys usually will be good about telling me that. It's live on NEA Report at 1:50, and Stan Morris reporting along with you. There was a report of rotation that came in about 20 minutes ago that was south of Monette. We can see the area on the radar. You can see the mouse pointer where it's at is we're talking about right in this vicinity would be where we had seen reports of that called in. So we're watching that very closely this afternoon. If there is more that is reported in the area, we're going to do another cut in, and we'll come back live and let you know the very latest. As for right now, I am going to, I think I'm going to end the live stream. Like I said, if that area that we had a report of about 15 minutes ago, if there is more reported in that area specifically with regards to the rotation, we will do another cut in, and we'll let you know, and it'd probably get more views anyway, since I think a lot of people tune out after the commercial breaks, and then they realized we were coming back to do breaking news coverage wall to wall. That's why you should always stay tuned, because I will drop the format and go live if a breaking news event happens. A severe thunderstorm warning lasts until 2 p.m. For eastern Craighead County. If you're out and about in that area, if you're around Manila, just stay alert, especially with the reports of some rotation. I know the clouds have looked nasty, and there is now an actual report of rotation near you, so we want to keep everybody safe, especially with as I mentioned earlier, with it being the anniversary of some nasty storms in our neighborhoods. I'm Stan Morris, and you're up to date on NEA Report.